I remember in 2019 when the movie Six Underground, a Michael Bay Netflix film, came out, thought there was no way that this guy would be able to top himself with his stunts, his crazy pyrotechnics, and just the insanity that he usually includes in his movies. Somewhere, somehow, at the same time that I thought or said that, I think director Bay heard it, because the film we're going to talk about today is another little insane film he did called Ambulance. Let's talk for a minute. The score for this movie is a 7 out of 10. Now, even though I say 7 out of 10, there are still some things that I really love about this movie. And just again, with Michael Bay films, there's just certain things that I always appreciate. So I think I pretty much say this every time after I see a Michael Bay film. I really appreciate this director because he is consistent. His movies are always about the action and about using the most innovative and latest tools and toys available in the filmmaking arsenal. And this movie is no different, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. Starting with the pros of this movie, not long after the movie starts, the pace just picks up and takes off and does not let go for 2 hours and 15 minutes. You have a really fun leading cast with Eiza Gonzalez, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Eiza Gonzalez was in Baby Driver, Alita Battle Angel, as well as Hobbs and Shaw. Jake Gyllenhaal has been in way too many movies to count: Jarhead, Zodiac, Source Code, Prisoners, Nightcrawler, just to name a few. I imagine that these three actors, just like most actors would just jump at the opportunity to work on a Michael Bay film because you're a full-grown adult, but you feel like a little kid because Michael Bay lets you do all sorts of insane, fun things in his movies. You just get to be a little reckless for a few hours of a movie that an audience finally sees on screen. In particular for this movie, I want to highlight Jake Gyllenhaal. His character is quite a bit over the top. Also, it reminds me of the John Travolta characters that he would play in the late 90s and early 2000s. I'm talking like Face Off and The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Just the very over-the-top, eccentric, but also really funny characters. When you're watching him, you can tell he's having a lot of fun playing this role. He's definitely hamming it up a bit and just going all in and enjoying it. Now, coming back to what I was saying also about innovating with all the toys that Michael Bay uses to make his movies. It might not be the first time that Michael Bay has used drones to capture footage for his movies, but I definitely think this is the first movie where a significant amount of footage for this movie was captured by drones. He himself, in a lot of featurette videos for this movie, said that he hired a very talented FPV pilot, Alexander Vanover, to film a significant amount of footage in this movie. And when you watch the film, there are some really cool shots of the Los Angeles cityscape. By the way, not just the exteriors. He shoots a lot of interior shots, like there's some scenes in the bank which are just absolutely amazing. I know there will be some people who will be like, pretty much he's like, ooh, cool new toy, drone, let's find an excuse to make a movie out of that. I mean, maybe this is just, me being a big kid at heart. I love that idea. Okay, that's awesome. Can we just get more drones? All the drones? I think that is fantastic. Let's have some fun. And the movie is a lot of fun. Another part that's really enjoyable with this movie is the humor between Yahya Abdul-Mateen II and Jake Gyllenhaal. They have a lot of fun riffing off of each other, and it's kind of a nice contrast where Yahya is trying to be very serious the whole time, and Jake Gyllenhaal is just this absurd character. And when Yahya's character is unexpectedly funny too, it just creates some really great moments in the movie. Now for the cons. It is a fun movie, I'm not going to deny that. Writing, not the strongest part of this movie, but again, if you're looking for the writing in a... Michael Bay just wants to make a fun action movie. Come on, do we have to be so demanding about so many things? I'm just saying. Another thing with this movie is that the last part of the film, maybe the last 20-30 minutes, it felt like the movie was just dropped and that they hadn't figured out how to actually end the movie. But there's one thing I still want to leave you with when it comes to Michael Bay films. When his movies are smaller, when the budgets are smaller, when his resources are more limited, the movies are better. He's more creative. Here are his 4 lower budget films, how much they would cost in today's dollars to make, and where you can find them to watch today. Let's start with the 1995 action movie Bad Boys. Its adjusted budget would be $36 million, and that's a movie that you can rent on any platform now. It's not currently streaming, but you can rent it everywhere. Next, we have the 2013 movie Pain and Gain. Its adjusted budget would be $27 million. You can stream that one on Prime Video and Paramount Plus. Pain and Gain is actually probably my favorite Michael Bay movie, and I'll tell you right now, I am absolutely a minority opinion on this. Critics don't agree with me. Moviegoers don't agree with me. I just still think this one, it was really creative. I like how everyone was doing things outside of their usual comfort zone. Also, it is the best role that The Rock has been in, of anything he's done, hands down. Argue with me, prove me me wrong. Next is the 2016 movie starring John Krasinski called 13 Hours. The adjusted budget for that movie is $60 million, and you can stream that one on Paramount+. Finally, you have the movie we're talking about today, Ambulance, made for $40 million. And this movie is available to rent on all platforms now. These movies show that Michael Bay is completely capable of being innovative and creative no matter what resources he has available to him. And today's film, Ambulance, is absolutely no different. Ambulance, a 7 out of 10. Check it out, and I'd love to know what you think. Thanks for listening.